Welcome to Commander Pop Culture, a place to gather magical information with some laughs, might I add. Hello everyone, I'm back, and I'm ready to play test this Talion control deck.
Here come the fuzz.
And I'm quite excited. Some changes I made since we last spoke in my deck building video is I added a card called Telepathy, which seemed really fun. It lets me see my opponent's hands. It's an enchantment. So when we get to that mid to late game, you're more guaranteed to get more hits off of your commander. I'm gonna give that a try. Hopefully I see it. Some other things that I've noticed is that I need more things to make my opponents miserable. So I added Tainted Aether. And I changed my creature package, so if like they enter the battlefield, I sack them and it doesn't matter. There's a handful that I do care of, like Notion Thief and Sig, and probably Witch King Agmar by my commander. So there's 4 of my 20 creatures are valuable to keep in play, but everything else, they're an ETB trigger that makes your opponents miserable of some kind. I had a little different card advantage, like I wanted to try Blue Sun Zenith, haven't played that in a while. I got rid of Nezahal in favor of the Primordials, just because they're an ETB trigger, and I thought of JG Wentworth. I need it now. Another thing I added to make my opponents miserable is I added a discard package. So I'm going to be playing Painful Quandary and Oppression. Hopefully I'm seeing more cards than everybody else where Oppression doesn't affect me as much. Since Commander's a game about card advantage, it kind of made sense to include something like Oppression. And then I added some things to neuter people's commanders like Oubliette and Imprison in the Moon. I favor Imprison the Moon over some of the cheaper auras. Witness Protection, it may be 1 mana, but it turns it into a 1/1 that could easily die. You know what I mean? So Imprison the Moon turns it into a land and it just sits there. It's like Song of the Dryads. And neatly, this could also enchant Planeswalkers. So creatures and Planeswalkers are perfect because that's most of the commanders in Magic that you could possibly play. The only thing I'm missing out on are the gods that turn themselves into enchantments. In that case, I'm just SOL if I get paired up against that. But overall, I think Imprison the Moon covers a huge variety of commanders that are in the game type right now. All right. Here we go. Playing against Tegwyl, Brimaz, and Imodane. Okay. Ooh, 1 land hand, but I have a Soul Ring and a Cold Steel Heart. Sounds great. We'll see if I get punished. I'll probably choose blue on a Cold Steel Heart. I'll get a turn 2 commander. Me getting my commander down early helps draw some lands. That's a 4/4 for 4 mana. This is a 3/4 for 4 mana. This is a 2/3 for 3 mana. So I could play my commander on 4 and guarantee at least 2 cards. Depends on how big of a mana start the middle and the far left player gets. I'll get a little bit more information after my first turn passes. Everyone assumes I'm playing Fairy Tribal. It is not a Fairy Tribal deck. I'll let people think that. Because last time I answered that question in my playtesting of this deck, people were ganging up on me right from the very start. So I kind of want to buy myself some time to get my game set up here. All right, I found another land, not blue source, but beggars can't be choosers. I do have counter magic. I won't be able to have it up though, unless I draw another island. I have God Eternal Kefnet, so lets me cast copies of instants and sorceries off the top of my library. And then I have Fall from Favor, which is another card advantage piece that locks a creature down. And I got locks it on Warhammer to keep my life total nice and high. I think I have a really solid like opening hand that will transition nice from early to mid game. But the main purpose of this deck is to make your opponents miserable. Most of the time I get more concessions when I play control decks than I do actually winning or dealing a winning blow. Does this have Corrupted? Oh no, that's annoying. Whenever a Phyrexian dies on their end step, they proliferate. I already got 1 poison counter on me, so the clock has started. Oh, he's leaving blue and a swamp up, so he could have Arcane Denial and counter my commander. If he does, then he does. Could be worse. Fairy Mastermind. I was expecting something much worse. Yeah, we'll go to 2 and leave it at that. Wow. I'm delaying this guy from playing a card because they don't want to give me a card advantage. That's the other bright side, is I'm slowing people down. If they don't want to give me card advantage, doing nothing is pretty terrible. Because the white-black player has a really consistent way to finish people off by alternative means, I might divert most of my focus his way. No one wants to play? Alright. He didn't even play his commander. Can't equip Warhammer this turn. I could play it and set up for next turn, but I don't want to telegraph my plans. I think we'll just stay shields up and have Force of Destruction ready to go. And I could have my Offer I Can't Refuse ready to play as well. Next turn, I could play Loxodon and equip it without having to worry about anything. And unfortunately, I don't want to attack just quite yet because Skrell's up in here. Either way, I think the games going on longer are better for me. Well, Fairy Mastermind's gonna die here. It's the only non-black creature in play, unless he wants to blow up his own thing. Counterspell? Interesting. So, theoretical duplication, whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, he gets to make a copy of it. So he gets his own Bone Shredder. Tit for tat, as they say. I'm glad I didn't use my Fall from favor yet. People are going to be using their removal on each other. It's less removal for me to use. Now I'm a little open to equip my hammer and hit someone with my commander. Oh, is this an artifact? It is an artifact. Never mind. Didn't even get to blow something up with that.
Well, shit, Sheriff. I'd hate to see that happen.
I guess he has a blocker for Skrell. Maybe he really cares about not getting a poison counter thrown on him. A lot of things dying. Surprised he did that so that he could have used this Brimstone Volley to kill my commander off, but I guess, like I said earlier, I think he cared way more about getting another poison counter on him. Is this a Phyrexian as well? It is. They errated so many old cards to become Phyrexians as of late. Come on, I know you want to give me a card. I think I'd rather have an island and get this God Eternal down if I had a personal preference. Hey, there we go. Got another black source. I already have 3 of them. I might sack this Mind Stone just to increase my odds. Another rock. Jeez, another swamp. Ugh. Yeah, I'm still in favor of just hanging back. I guess now I don't really care so much. Can just attack someone. What happens? Surveil one. Yeah, I'll take the middle player. Dealing 3 damage and only taking 2 back. If people want to gang up on me, they can. I guess if someone wants to kill my commander, I have Takenuma. I think I could do this at instant speed too. Sulfim's pretty scary. I think that's worth killing. Don't want to be doubling up damage to make his single target instants and sorceries a lot more powerful. We are going to wait till end step, just in case he's got any 0 drops. I doubt it, but he could. And this is the only time I had an opportunity to deal with an indestructible creature. He's 1 mana short. I got a bunch of stops here. I just want to respond to spells. Flowing Chalice. Kick twice. Nice. Countering the spell for 2 mana. Rapid Hybridization. I would like another blue source, please. Phyrexian Arena is not bad. We are going to find it. The tool that we want. I imagine we're going to have a little bit of a counter spell battle here soon, because he keeps leaving 2 mana up. And I seriously doubt he'd let me keep Arena if he has the option to counter something. Diluvian Primordial. Alright. Crappy. See if he's got the counter magic. No, he didn't have it. Alright. So I can't play anything else. I'll just play the Warhammer here. Telegraph what I got planning over here. We'll just hang out. Normally I don't attack, or if I do attack, it's when I could deal more damage than I receive. And in this scenario, he could deal 4 damage to me, so it's not really worth my time. Oh, that's a bummer. I think I'll counter that. Well, he would have scooped up a lot more than just my Loxodon Warhammer. He would have taken away 4 mana production too. Oh, all right. 1 concession down. 2 more to go. In terms of the card advantage game, I'm not really winning by much. I have 2 cards over both of them. Man, drawing all my swamps. Just gonna snap my commander back to my hand. This is a death trigger, so I might just Amphimutineer this thing and just reduce the risk of getting drained for a ton of life. When it dies, each opponent loses X life and they gain X life, where X is its power. And it's going to go up to a 5/5 here. I would like an island so I could play both my Mutineer and my Talion. Tainted Aether ain't bad, but I don't want to play it just quite yet. The other thing that sucks is all these fairies have flying. I think taking away this thing is just too important. I really don't want to be drained too much by this thing. Now, I could do the Tainted Aether now. Yeah, what the hell.
Let's give him a warm welcome to the prison, guys.
I got so many swamps to sacrifice if I want to play Talion again. And if he wants to swing this 4/3 my way, I get the block. And if I find another blue source, I could exile something else over here and exile the Brimaz. The other crappy part is my Diluvian Primordial gets a little worse due to Ashiok. The Orzhov player hasn't played any instants or sorceries this game, so it's not like I'm going to be gaining much to begin with. And he does have 5 cards up. I think the 2v1 has officially started a little bit here. Oubliette helps since now I gain more life. Let's keep on hanging back. He's going to destroy my Tainted Aether, but I force them discard. Now my Primordial does something. The other fairy player is in a bit of a dire strait because he's got 1 card in hand, so no matter what he plays, he has to give it up. While I am only inhibited because of my lack of blue access. Hopefully that changes soon. Kindred Dominance. He sweeps up 2 creatures with that, sacking his commander to draw some cards. Luckily, the oppression trigger happens before he draws the cards, so a little bit of a harder decision for him. But I'm feeling really confident in this position board-wise. But that is why I don't play Kindred Dominance, because he paid 7 mana to destroy pseudo 2 things. One of them I want to be in my graveyard. It's not bad. Twilight Prophet's also really good. Now I have to be kind of picky about what I discard. The only thing that's over there that I'm interested in is, I guess, Fracture. So maybe my Diluvian is not worth my time anymore. Just gotta give it up. It's also really expensive mana-wise. I think I'm gonna play Twilight Prophet, give up Ashiok, and I think I'll give up God Eternal. Hopefully all these card advantage pieces get me out of my hole here. We're gonna choose 4 this time, just because I know this guy has a commander. And if he plays a board wipe for 4 mana, that'd be a little devastating, but I think I am still in the better position of recovery. Oh, Oppression is so good. I love that card. Prison the Moon, so now I can neuter his commander when he gets it out. I'll probably fall from favor the Phyrexian Vindicator, because I want more card advantage. I want more. I want it all, baby. I wonder if he blocks and kills this thing. That'd be hilarious. I doubt it. I think they're playing on a team right now. He's just hooking him up for a free pirate. Yeah, Henny's expertise is great in this situation. Everything flies right now, too. Yeah, you gotta play main phase, unfortunately. Throw it over here. Oh, it's giving it hexproof. It's all right. We'll just hybrid that. 2 down, 1 to go. Just couldn't handle it. And I think I made the other fairy player surrender. Victory, baby. As you could see, I won that pretty handily. I didn't feel too terribly uncomfortable.
Why are you so sweaty? I was watching Cops.
Throughout that game. I think the MVP was definitely Oppression. It stuck and basically made everyone 2-for-1 themselves all game long. And I guess my card advantage pieces, my engines, were also helpful. Talion, Twilight Prophet, Phyrexian Arena, like I discussed earlier, allowed me to keep on playing. Let's see, the next deck I'm going to be playing is Agatha. I'm pretty excited about her because it's all about reducing the costs of activations of creatures. And she's a 2 mana drop commander, so that'll be extra fun. I'm actually kind of impressed by my opponents. I didn't get any griping in the chat. They just, picked up their cards and left as soon as they felt like they didn't have any more outs. So I could respect that. They had plenty of life, but there's no reason to force them to slog it out if they're playing off the top of their deck while I was not. But yeah, I had a great time playing this deck, and I enjoyed building it as well. So everyone take care. Have a great day. Bye.